Hello everyone. There's one more video I'd like to make today because God has sent me a video about the Jezebel Spirit and identifying it and understanding it. And today, within the inner sanctum, there was someone that God asked me to eject from the inner sanctum, and it was a woman, and we wrestle against the principalities and not flesh and blood. So I don't mean to say this to criticize the woman, but God asked me to eject a woman from the inner sanctum. And before I did, I sent the video about the Jezebel Spirit to the inner sanctum, and people were talking about it. And it's a very interesting video. Oh, sorry, guys. And people were talking about it, and there was someone in the inner sanctum who was a woman. And I don't mean to criticize her, and I won't say her name here. But as we were talking about the Jezebel Spirit, God told me that she was attacking me with the Jezebel Spirit, because she was always posting messages in the inner sanctum about various things. But basically, she was condescending towards me, and she had sent me a personal message on WhatsApp about how, Evan, all the losers are gathering in your group, which was the very group that she was in. But she sent that message, and then she said it was only a joke to me. And she also has sent me countless personal messages, of which some of them, but not all of them, are what I would consider very inappropriate, with things that I won't say here, but are seductive messages. And believe me when I say that I was not enticed by them, but neither did I criticize them. I always tried to be positive to her, and I won't go into it too much, but I won't say her name. But then as we started to talk about the Jezebel Spirit in the inner sanctum, she got really enraged, and she started going wild and saying that, basically attacking me within the inner sanctum and saying that I was being overly sensitive and I was just hurting people. And she ended up saying something like, I don't remember the exact wording, and no, I'm not going to look it up on my phone right now, but she said something like, "Don't trust Evan. Everyone should leave the inner sanctum now, because Evan will only hurt you if you love him." Now, I found that ridiculous because I had only been nice to her. I had not hurt her. She had sent me very strange, weird messages that were clearly inappropriate, and I had tried to be nice and positive to her. But then after I posted the video about the Jezebel Spirit and she started just openly lashing out at me within the inner sanctum, God told me to throw her out of the inner sanctum, and so I did. So that's what that is. I wanted to make this video because you know what? What she was saying to me was exactly the same thing that they would say to me in the treatment center I went, which is, Evan, you're only ever going to hurt the people you love. Evan, you're a disease. Evan, you're the one who will hurt people you love. Evan, you're a danger. You have to always be controlled and restricted. And you know what? I don't believe that. I know that's not true. I know I've made as many mistakes as anyone, but that's not true. I don't try to hurt the people in the inner sanctum. I don't try to hurt anyone, and I make mistakes. But when she said those last messages before God ordered me to throw her out of the inner sanctum, she was saying the exact same things they would say to me in the treatment center. Don't trust Evan. He'll only hurt you if you love him. So I'm not even going to say her name here. But if she sees this video and, oh, what a shock, she'll probably write all these comments criticizing me. Well, I want you to know, person who did that is exactly what they would tell me in the treatment center. And yes, God really did tell me she was attacking me with the Jezebel Spirit. So I know she wasn't personally, but clearly it was attacking me through her. And if you watch the video about the Jezebel Spirit, you'll see that she was also doing the things that the Jezebel spirit does, which guess what? It doesn't like the prophets, the Jezebel spirit. Because Jezebel herself, the historical Jezebel from the Bible, tried to kill Elijah, and it's a spirit which is always trying to usurp authority, and she would always make these different messages in the inner sanctum, and looking back, it seems pretty obvious that she was possessed by the Jezebel spirit, and God told me she was right before I threw her out, and God told me to throw her out. I didn't even do it because I decided to. And now she's formed another group called the Outer Sanctum, where apparently, what a shock, they don't talk about Jesus all the time. They apparently talk about me and how I'm evil and so on. And by the way, God told me that, look, we'll go into a slightly unrelated topic, but you know what, guys, you know what, that there's people within the Christian community that aren't saved, but they'll say they are, but you know what, they don't talk about Jesus much. You know what, God told me, and in fact, God asked me to tell the Inner Sanctum this, and I did, and now I'll say it publicly. Guys, if you wonder if people are saved, just ask them to talk about Jesus. Now, you don't have to, but you know what a funny thing is the people who aren't saved, or maybe say they are, but are basically lying, they don't like to talk about Jesus much. And yeah, what a coincidence. This woman who is in the Inner Sanctum would put all these posts in there about me, either praising me and flattering me or attacking me in a weird passive-aggressive way, but she never talked about Jesus. I don't know if she even wrote the name Jesus a single time the whole time she was in the Inner Sanctum. And yeah, that's what that is. So guys, we should love everyone and try to bring the gospel to everyone, but within the church, there are people who are trying to sneak their way up into the church, and the Jezebel Spirit video talks about it. I'm not saying they're all possessed by the Jezebel Spirit or acting under its influence, but a lot of them are. And you can tell, because one, they don't seem to have much passion for Jesus, and of course they're going to say, I don't know Jesus. Yeah, well, that's wrong. If you don't believe me, well, you don't have to believe me, but that's wrong. I do know Jesus, and Jesus does love me, and I do talk to Jesus. And yeah, I don't claim to perfectly see everything or to always follow his will perfectly, but you know what? I try to with all my heart, mind, and soul, because I love God with all my heart, mind, and soul, and that's the first commandment of Jesus. And the second is like unto the first, and it's to love each other. And I also try to do that one as best that I can. But there's a reason the first one's called the Great Commandment. And you know what? I love God with all my heart, mind, and soul because no one else has loved me as God has loved me, which is unconditionally and in a way that is, well, I don't know how to put it into words. I'll do that in a later video. But guys, the Jezebel Spirit is out there, and you know, it attacks us, and it does. Okay, well, I wanted to make that video about the Jezebel Spirit. Okay, well, that's all that I feel that I have to say for now. Okay, everyone, have a good day. And don't worry, everyone, Jesus is stronger than the Jezebel Spirit. Jesus is stronger than all the evil spirits. And I don't fear the Jezebel Spirit. I don't fear the forces of this world. I don't fear Mossad. I don't fear the police. By the way, this woman who is acting as the Jezebel Spirit also threatened me with Mossad and said that her uncle works for Mossad and that she could have me hurt and stuff like that. And when she said it, I didn't even really fear it. I didn't know if she was telling the truth or lying. Looking back, she probably was telling the truth. But you know what? I still don't fear Mossad, and I still don't care about these evil spirits, and I still don't care about the forces on the earth that threaten to hurt me, because you know what? I was already hurt so much, you know, like in my life, that it's just like I already went through that. And now I have Jesus with me, and he's stronger. And because of Jesus, I've been adopted by God the Father, who is Jesus' Father. And now I don't fear those forces. I do fear God because that's a good thing. And God the Father is awesome. But even the way that I fear him is like a loving fear, if that makes sense. I never feared my earthly father, not even after he had me sent to that place, because I won't even go into that, because I've already put my testimony video up today, and that's enough talking about that. Okay, well, that's enough for now. And guys, I'll just put one more notice that I obey and follow God. I don't claim to perfectly, but God is the one who has brought me the inner sanctum. It's really God's inner sanctum. And really this YouTube channel is God's YouTube channel. And if that doesn't make sense, well, it's because the Lord of hosts, I'm one of his hosts. And of course, there's many, many others. I'm not far from the only one. But what I do at the end of the day, I worry, does it please God? Does it make God happy? God, it's my strength and my defender, because I didn't have one before I was reborn. Not for my own family and not from anyone else. But now that I've been reborn because of Jesus, I too have a defender and a protector who is God. And that is enough for me. And it was enough for me when Mossad tried to poison me. And guess what? It didn't work. Yeah, I'm still here and I'm still alive. And yes, that really did happen. But you know what? It failed because God protected me. And Yahweh, which is the name for God the Father, is my strength. And that's also Hezekiah's name means Yahweh is my strength. And I do want to make the video about Hezekiah that the Lord has wanted me to do. But right now, the Lord asked me to do the testimony video. And right now I need to rest before I can make more videos. So those are the videos I'll make today. And I'll make you more videos soon, as God wants me to make them. Okay, everyone. Well, pray for me and pray for everyone. And I'm praying for you. I have my new prayer list on the wall. I'm always looking to add names to it. But if you would like me to add your name to it, please send me your first and your last name in an email message or to my phone, because I don't read the comments now. Because God told me not to. Okay, everyone, that's my video for now. And if it doesn't make sense, well, then just pray for discernment in Jesus' name, and you can watch it again, and you'll see more, and it really does work, but you won't know until you try. Okay, everyone, have a good day.